And welcome to Hero Power. I'm your host, Avanties, and as always, I'm joined by my co-hosts, Zerotio.
What are we doing something tonight? What's going on?
And Virsica.
It wouldn't be the show if we didn't have some kind of technical difficulty on the front end.
Right. And as always, we are now joined by the one and only Mattatarms.
What's up, folks? Please enter numbers into a spreadsheet for me, please. Please.
He just wants you to do his
Data.
job for him.
Input. Need input.
Got some short circuit references going on tonight.
We
Love it.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. We've got a great show lined up for you tonight. A lot to talk about. Then we're going to check out one of the decks from the DreamHack Atlanta champ himself. I'll be upfront with all of you. It's not a deck we're really excited about playing because it's an interesting deck. It's not exactly easy to play.
We're excited about playing it. We just don't
Play it
know how
well?
to play it properly. So
No, we're not.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
We're really not. He's trying to be nice.
I am trying to be nice.
This
So,
deck is hard.
all
And
right.
this is going to be the last deck of the old meta we play. Just before we go into the show, I want to go ahead and give a little ideas to everybody that's listening for our next week's show. We are going to do a neutral set review for Rastakhan's Rumble. So instead of a play portion next week, we are going to actually do a review for all the neutral cards. Now, I bet you're asking, what about the class cards? If we did the set reviews every week, especially with the class cards, which are more impactful, we wouldn't have any play portions. So what we are doing this time around is we're actually going to be doing 3 different video of 3 different classes each. So 3 additional videos beyond the neutral episode next week. And we will be pushing those out immediately out to our Patreons over at patreon.com/heropower. So if you want to be part of that and see that exclusive review, as soon as we release it, which we'll have all of them recorded by Monday morning and have those pushed out by early next week for our patrons. Go ahead and head on over there. So as little as $1 a month, you can be part of our community over at Discord and talk about all of these cards with our community members, as well as get exclusive content created for our patrons. Now, if you can't be a patron, you don't have the funds, that's fine. We are going to put those reviews out to the public over the next few weeks. So don't worry about that. We will eventually have those out probably over the next 3 weeks after next week's episode.
All right, there you go. So we've got no emails or iTunes reviews this week, so let's just jump right into the news. And yesterday, I guess it was, a new blog post went up on the Play Hearthstone site. Show your team spirit. 9 ferocious, battle-hardened Loa teams are fighting for glory. Log in, pick your favorite, and earn a free pack. So this is sort of like the choose your champion kind of thing they do, but instead of, packs for each win your champion gets, here you just log in, pick your team, watch some great animated videos from Raunchy, and just reap the rewards and earn a free Rastakhan's Rumble pack. I mean, it doesn't get much easier than getting a pack for watching cartoons, guys. So,
and so far, these videos, these raunchy animations, have just been hilarious, and it is neat to kind of see that story unfold before the set releases. Now, with the set releasing on Tuesday, I'm sure they only have 2 more videos left, so they should be going out here pretty soon. I don't think they're going to have them all. Oh, the 4th one just came out, so I haven't seen that one yet. I'm assuming because the pre-release parties start tomorrow, the last one will probably come out tomorrow.
Okay.
Is what I would guess.
So make
Greetings. Greetings. That cracked me up. That was very funny.
So yeah, make sure you log in, choose your team, watch some great animated videos, and get you a free pack. All right.
And remember what they said on the live stream today?
What was that? Because I actually didn't get a
it's
chance
the
to watch it. I
frogs.
was at work.
You should go with Team Frog.
Go with Team Frog. Oh yeah, okay. I can
That's
see
what-
that. They're
That's
most
what
of
Dean said.
yeah, but Team 5, a bunch of Frog fans. So
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I could see the whole Team Frog thing because you haven't seen Thrall too much. Who knows what he's up to? But Uther, we saw Uther go barreling through there immune, and we don't know if his immunity shield's still up. We haven't seen him at any of the videos.
He was sitting in the stands in the start of the second one.
Oh, was he? Okay, I missed him, but we haven't seen him do much. So I think the Tigers might have it. I'm a Tigers fan.
Of course, it's okay.
all right, let's actually talk about that for a second. Who all did everybody pick? So Zerotio, you picked the Tigers, right?
Oh, of course.
All right, Mattatarms, who did you pick?
For me, it was a toss-up between Warlock and the Warlock Bats and the Hunter Lynxes. And going in sight unseen on the Lynx, on the Loa and the Spirit, put my faith in Vol'jin. Hopefully cast all the spells in the right place, which is the face. Not my face. And, yeah, I went with the Lynxes.
Okay, all right. Virsica, who did you take?
I took the frogs, the sharks, and the raptors.
Okay, all
Three
right.
accounts, three different ones. But like Zerotio said, he was thinking that we've not seen Uther. Actually, the person we've seen the least amount is Malfurion, and we've not seen anything Druid yet. So,
And based on the Druid cards, we're not going to see much of him either.
so I was just I took a chance on it.
Is anybody gonna cry over druids this expansion? No, I don't think so. Inked in our chat says he took the Dragon Hawks for the win, and
Let me
personally,
change your mind.
I took the Rhinos, the Warrior class Rhinos.
You mean the dragons?
So yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking forward to Dragon Warrior being a thing again. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that was
So
one
why
of
not
the
make
classes
your
I
Loa
played. So
There are literally 2 Rhino cards in the whole stinking Warrior expansion. Like literally nothing. It's the one class they have nothing to do with the Loa.
yep. So I'm looking forward to playing some Warrior this expansion.
Yeah, we're going to be doing our class reviews videos this coming week, and obviously we have the pre-release that we're doing in Knoxville this Saturday, so we'll be able to try out the Warriors. But I originally my thought was before the stream today was that we would see a big influx of possibly Mage, maybe Hunter, depending on what cards are going to come out, and I thought Warrior might be a little good, but I didn't expect them to be really, really strong. But after seeing some of these cards, I think a mid-range Dragon Warrior is definitely a possibility. And I'm really excited for that because I loved Dragon Warrior back in the heyday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, you were just talking about seeing some cards today. That's because the final reveal stream happened just a few hours ago. We got the final card dump. So, all the cards in Rastakhan's Rumble have now been revealed. Mattatarms, why don't you take it away? Tell us about it and about the card review spreadsheet, the community review spreadsheet.
So it was Kibler and Ixar, and it was actually a very entertaining stream. I want to say the decks I played, I played a heal Paladin, which was phenomenal, which was a lot of fun to watch, against a discard Zoo, which was also a lot of fun to watch, and I hopefully get to play it, depending on what I open. It was a really good stream. We saw the mid-range Dragon Warrior, we saw the Feral Druid deck, which didn't look that good to me, but you never know. But yeah, and so right the stream, which actually usually takes him a couple hours to upload all the photos. Right after the stream, all the photos popped up on the website, and let's just say I took a long lunch updating the spreadsheet. Up against 2 deadlines this week, but got to take a long lunch and get the job done. Which it's up there. And I've sent the link out to several places. I know the link will be in the show notes for those people who are interested in doing it, as well as the Discord and my Twitter and probably everywhere else in Discord that I am in. Probably has the link now. So if you want to go ahead and get your input on the sheet, go right ahead. I know there's some issues with some iOS devices. Sorry. I shortcutted this year. I didn't do any card text. So.
Okay. All right. So, Virsica, do you have any takeaways from the card reveal stream today?
Yes, but I'm going to play by Zerotio's rules and talk more about them in our card reveals. I will say that I don't know that I've been more single-handedly impressed and disappointed at the same time as I was today.
Okay, and Zerotio?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to say what Virsica's thinking, and they really dropped the ball with Shaman. That deck they played didn't have any new cards, and then when they finally decided to reveal the cards at the end, they only revealed one card, and it was just really okay. In past reviews, I felt this way about Paladin, and a lot of times they played 8 classes and didn't play a Paladin at all. And I'm like, what are you doing with the Paladin cards? And they just dump them at the end. And, of course, Paladin ends up being bad. And I felt slighted. If I was a full-time Shaman player, which I'm not, I would feel slighted. I do think there are some good cards for Shaman this set. I don't think they're getting slighted for the set. We'll talk about that in our review. But I just think the highlight of Shaman was horrible. Now, I know there wasn't any Mage, but that's because Mage was played in the initial review, and that's why they did Mage. So I get why one of them's dropped out. They only have a rotation for 4 games. 4 times 2 with classes is 8, so there's always one to drop. So I think they did right there, but Shaman was just, I don't know if he just got bad draws and didn't get any of the Shaman cards. Also, one other thing is this review, the final gameplay was done by Brian Kibler and Dean Ayala, both very skilled players. And I think Dean Ayala, who got his place on Team 5 because he placed in top 100 Legend early on, and he was working for Blizzard, so they moved him over the team. I think he was tryharding a lot. Instead of wanting to see the cards, it was more focused on winning the games. And I kind of missed the Day 9 feel where it's all about just, okay, this is the best line of play, but what draws me more cards so I can see more cards? And we didn't get that this time. And to me, the final reveal was just kind of lackluster. It was seeing 2 people play mediocre decks at a high level against somebody who is, playing mediocre decks at a high level. And yeah, it was kind of meh. But the content, the cards themselves, I enjoyed. I did enjoy the cards that we got to see and some of the interactions that we got to see in the play. So that was a good takeaway.
Yeah, I'm actually really disappointed in the Shaman deck too. It's like literally it was an Evolved Shaman from KFT. It was like, okay, and plus a couple newer cards sprinkled in, but I don't think we saw maybe 1, maybe 2 new cards in that deck.
I don't think we saw in the gameplay. I don't think we saw one brand new card.
We saw the Ancestral Spirits type card.
Oh, okay, yeah, I remember that.
We saw 2. We saw 2. We saw the is it Totem Smash?
We might have. I might have looked away at that point.
He comboed Electra into Totem Smash, I think.
Okay.
And then he played Voodoo. Totemic Smash. And then he played the
big Voodoo. Yeah.
And I think that kind of says a lot about where Shaman is.
I think Shaman's in a good place.
If you're playing even Shaman, yeah. But outside of that, the only other viable deck is Shutterwalk, and I think both even Shaman and Shutterwalk take a pretty big hit on rotation. So where does that really leave Shaman? And I don't know. And I think looking at this and seeing that was the deck they brought, it makes me wonder if maybe they don't know where to take Shaman. And I mean, you know, if you as a team, you don't have direction, all these other decks felt very themed. They felt like they had a very clear direction. Now, whether we think that direction is, whether we think that direction is going in the right direction or not, a la Druid today, it's at least a different direction. It's at least something different. And like Matt said, this was Knights of the Frozen Throne evolved Shaman. It really didn't have any new flavor, and it's the same Shaman that we've been seeing for months and months and months. And this, it just, I was very disappointed as a full-time Shaman player, as someone who enjoys and loves the class. The most exciting thing about this expansion has been the alternate hero portrait.
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully, once everything is fully revealed and the meta has fleshed out, we will see maybe it's not in as bad a place, or, well, I wouldn't say bad a place, but maybe it's not as bad as we think it is. Maybe it'll be a little bit better and it'll play a little stronger than we are prejudging it. We'll just have to wait and see. We of course, we expect Virsica to come in day one and just be like, huh, meta! Pfft, who needs that? This is a fun Shaman deck.
Yeah, so. I will say this. Boomsday kind of had some cards that encouraged making some crazy, off-meta stuff, mainly because, the odd and even mechanics, pushed that kind of thing. From the previous set, they did a good job of putting cards in their odd and even categories in Boomsday. I think that Boomsday was good there, but this set has even more of that. And they're not so much overpowered cards as just really unique cards that when you want to put it in a deck, you then need to take 2 or 3 complementary cards that also fit that mechanic from this set in that deck as well. There's some really good, powerful discard cards in Warlock, but there's like good 3 or 4 other cards that go well with that same mechanic. Well, they didn't do that so much in Boomsday, where they have like a block of cards that all synergize together. So I think you're not going to have the problem of having a Witchwood deck with just 2 or 3 good Boomsday cards sprinkled in. You might have meta decks now, but if they want to put some of these cards in, they're probably going to have to put, a good 6 to 8 of those cards in to complement those synergies. I know it really goes well with Mage, Warrior, and Warlock, respectively, because they have a lot of heavy synergies. So I think that this set is going to definitely change the meta. Now, whether it stays that way, that's to be seen, because a lot of those cards from last year don't rotate out until April.
Yeah. So stay tuned. As Zerotio said at the top of the show, we will be doing our class reviews. If you're a patron, you'll get those in the next week. If you're not a patron, don't worry. We will be releasing those to everyone over the next few weeks. So stay tuned. Also, as Mattatarms had said, if you get a chance, please go check out our community review spreadsheet and basically just grab a column for yourself, put your name at the top, and then rank all of the cards on a scale of 1 to 6 this time. We did add an additional level, so make sure you go check that out. Do us a favor and review the cards. Let us know your thoughts, because we do value your input on this stuff, and then we will look back at those a little later in the year and see how we did, if we were hit or miss on those cards. That's always fun. All right, so moving on to our next topic, which is the future of Hearthstone esports. So, Mattatarms, you want to talk about this?
Sure. So this is coming from China, and most of it's secondhand and pure speculation. But the fact that we haven't heard an announcement or a blog post or anything, and the current year I think ends this Friday, the current Hearthstone year, and we kind of have no idea what's going forward past the the final championships of the year. And it was also, like I said, it's from China. It's from the Tiddler Celestial account and beerbrick.com. So take all this with a good amount of Virsica salt. So according to them, the ladder points are complete. All points on the ladder where you're finishing on the ladder are disappearing, and all your points going into whatever future system, which may or may not be HCT, will be coming from Open Cups Online. So they're removing ladder from the equation for really out of finish from the equation, which is a good or bad thing depending on where you stand on that.
There's your indirect tournament mode.
Mm-hmm. So, and also the format they were talking about is they moved from a best of 5 3-deck form, or best of 5 4-deck format, to a best of 3. And I'm not sure I believe this, but I read it, and so I put it in the show notes from these sources. It's a single deck format, best of 3, with a 6-card sideboard, which I'm not sure I like that the way the current Hearthstone decks are. So, like, just going from the current meta, that's really polarized.
I've heard rumors about a possible sideboard format.
Well,
nothing
you're talking
official.
about this was coming from the Twitter feed, right?
Yeah, the Twitter feed and from Beerbrick, yeah.
Okay, so what I got from that Twitter feed was that you're submitting 3 decks, and you have like the base deck that you're submitting, and then 2 other decks where you can change out a maximum of 6 cards in each deck.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't know that makes it any better.
Yeah, I don't think like I said, like if you're going up against Odd Rogue versus, or not Odd Rogue, or yeah, let's say I bring Odd Rogue, Zerotio brings Odd Warrior, and I'm going to lose that day. I'm going to lose that match 3 times out of 99 times out of 100. I don't care how I deck my deck.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
if this is the case, there's just going to be some days you're just out of it before you ever start.
Yeah, I submit my line, I submit my deck in my sideboards, and I'm like, well, let me just see who I'm lined up against. I might as well just O2 drop at this point. So
I remember when I first started playing in Magic tournaments, that's the way it was. You had your one deck, you had your 15-card sideboard, and then you could trade in. But you had a 60-card deck. Normally you had a 60-card deck. 15 cards, you can change the outlook of a deck. 6 cards in Hearthstone is not enough to change the way a deck operates.
Especially, there's no tech cards that their tech cards are strong, but they're not they've gone away from Galacta crawlers and stuff like that. I mean, which will be ridiculous.
You're not changing an Odd Rogue into a Miracle Rogue with 6 cards.
No,
it's just not going to happen.
No. So the main reason, and so further on this, the main reason they went from a best of 5 to a best of 3 was to help out the Swiss, or to shorten the Swiss rounds.
Yes.
And help out the tournament organizer, which I'm actually honestly a fan of. 2-hour Swiss rounds are just brutal on the players, on the organizers, on even the viewers for the lesser extent, but especially the players. So
a lot of this that I'm reading, that I read on the Beer Brick translation and on the Twitter, some of this just doesn't. It just seems so backpedaling. It's like it's counterproductive to what they would normally do. Now, I could see these odd formats in something like a league style system or Hearthstone Global games, because they've shown in the past they like to change the format of Hearthstone Global games to make it something different. So maybe this is something they're trying out specifically for the Hearthstone Global games. So I don't know. Some of this doesn't make sense to me. Now, there has been mutters and rumors about leagues. I know Team Hearth League actually made a public statement about that they will be changing their name and some of their website stuff. Their format and the way the leagues run will pretty much be about the same, but they can't use any of the Hearthstone intellectual properties because they have some of their leagues named after characters in Hearthstone like Ragnaros and Sylvanas, and they can't use the term league. So that makes me think that's preparatory branding that Hearthstone might be going into later. And I could see odd formats for something like a league, but I don't think they really mess with HCT too much. It's been successful. They have the Master System, which according to this, the Master System is going to go away. Mm-hmm. If I was, who was it that just qualified? Saiyan just got Masters 3, or is about to get Masters 3?
I know Bunny Hopper got it.
Hunter Ace got it.
Hunter Ace definitely got it.
But Hunter Ace got it.
And I think Saiyan said that he was so close, the next top finish will get him in the 3-star Masters. If I had been busting my tail for a year to try to get 3-star Masters so I can get a lot of the very high-profile benefits of 3-star Masters, and then they were just like, we're not doing it, I might quit playing professionally.
Do you guys think that maybe the fact that only a couple of, two guys, or is Hunter Ace the only one currently?
I want to say Hunter Ace is the only 3-star.
I was going to say, do you feel like the fact that there weren't more guys qualify into that system this year is the reason they're maybe going away with it? They thought, okay, we'll introduce this and we'll have 6 or 10 guys by the end of the year?
Well, that's throwing the baby out with the bathwater.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And in the same thread, they talked about leagues and how the league setup was going to go. It's definitely an interesting thread. If you don't follow Tiddler Celestial on Twitter, look him up. You can go down and read the thread as he posted. This was from some sort of Blizzard information event that he was attending. He had pictures showing that he was at the event. Mm-hmm. So I would give this a little more credit than a normal rumor. But remember that China treats everything a little bit differently.
Yeah.
And this could just be something that they're doing for China. And if it is something that they're doing for China, this could be an experiment to see how it works there. It could be the biggest reason why we've not heard anything about it outside of the Chinese scene. So, something to really think about is before you go off the rails on it, understand that the rules are different in China for Hearthstone. I know they're different for like Heroes, and they're known for playing weird formats where I know in Heroes of the Storm in China, they play a best of 2. So it's just,
how does that work?
It's strange, and it's definitely strange to watch. And it puts them at a disadvantage when they come into land play at the major tournaments, because they're not used to playing the best of 3. They don't know how to draft properly for it. They're not as adept at the strategies. So if this is a Chinese-only change, and this is coming into, this is going to be the Chinese coming in to compete in these international events. If the rest of HCT doesn't change, or if it's China and then HCT sitting over here, then the Chinese players could come out at a distinct disadvantage coming into these international events. So I think in looking at it, this is something that definitely warrants watching. I think that the silence from Blizzard, both in Hearthstone and one of the things I've been noticing with Heroes this week, because they're doing their streamer event with the drops, is a lot of the Heroes players aren't hearing anything either. The competitive pro Heroes players are wondering if there's even going to be an HGC. So it's, this is something that's across the board with everything but the Overwatch League, which I think we pretty much all deemed as rousing success and is probably safe. But both the HCT and the HGC, I don't know that they made enough money this year to recoup the cost put into them, and this could be a way of reevaluating that scene.
Yeah, and you have to remember, Overwatch League has a lot of very high dollar investors, so that money's coming in because they're investing into it. So I unless those investors back out, which most of them are getting in for 5 years, we won't see. If Overwatch League was to flounder, we wouldn't see it for 5 years. The thing that kind of stands out to me is and to answer your question, Avanties, is the 3-star master system, and maybe you say because only one, maybe 2 people have gotten to it by the end of the year, by the end of the first full year. I think that's actually the adverse. I think they didn't expect anybody to get the 3-star masters that within the first year. I don't think they expected anybody to get into it till midway through the second year, and now they're kind of having to commit to these players that have reached this 3-star master. Now, I could see the star system being reevaluated and some of these 3-star masters being more around midway through 2-star master, and kind of balance the system out more to ensure that more people are getting in the pools. But I really can't see them abandoning the master system, because they've pretty much promised these players this guaranteed income, because your master system they pay these players for the high finishes and competing in these majors. So these players have invested money and time of their own to get this far so that they can actually have a little financial ease because of the master system. If they were to drop that, some of these pro players like Hunter Ace, who's invested all this personal money and, his team has invested money, he may just go, well, you know what, then I just can't do it anymore. My team's not going to back me. They're not going to keep spending money to do this when I told them that the financial burden would be lightened because I made 3-star master.
Not to mention also that along with the 3-star master system in this rumor, the fact that the team standings are also possibly getting cut. So that which they honestly, I think they did a bad job of promoting that. So that do you Tempest Storm's in first place? Do you actually really know that?
No.
Have you seen a blog post about that? Have you seen anything regarding the fact that Tempest Storm is in the first place?
I know it.
Karma
took the early lead, and then now Tempest Storm's in first place. And I only know that because I looked it up.
Yeah.
There have not been public blog posts about it, and the only time you ever really hear about it are other high-profile podcasts that have looked that stuff up, like Coin Can See, where they looked that competitive information up and disseminate it. They've done a terrible job in letting the public know who is competing at the highest level, other than just the streams, and that's just not enough.
No, it's like I think the whole team aspect is kind of mishandled, and I think what they are trying to do, based on this rumor, of course, there is a team organization similar to the Overwatch League, where it's going to be 8 teams, 3v3, and they go for 8 weeks, and they do 2 seasons a year. So if they do like a team league, and there's a little bit of, I think there's a little more earth to this rumor, because remember when Orange and I forget the other 2 tweeted out something, and it was liked by the Philadelphia Overwatch League team.
That's true. And also shortly, just like days before BlizzCon, Trump also left Tempo Storm and said, I'm looking for a team. Talk to me at BlizzCon. So I think that might have been because they thought maybe there would be an announcement at BlizzCon. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Now, I do think these league rumors are possibly true, but I don't think the leagues would be replacing the current HCT system.
Yeah, I don't think they should either. I think it should be I think it should be something to showcase probably the high-level players, the high-level names that aren't as who don't want to do the HTC grind. Orange, like Trump, like Firebat, like whoever. If they want to, just a highlight, or just have these high level players, or have guys that we know are established, sign with an organization and have this basically parade of stars playing each other, much like the Amaz League that was like 3 years ago.
Archon Team League.
The Archon Team League, something similar to that.
That would be neat. Now, I will say this, and I've said it once, I'm going to say it again. Hearthstone esports team, and part of this problem is the esports team is a totally different division. Hearthstone itself doesn't have its own esports team. The esports is one team that handles all the leagues, I think, other than the OWL. I think that's its own entity. But the esports team has not done a good job publicizing Hearthstone esports. HCT Stop Orange County wasn't even publicized by Blizzard or the Hearthstone Team 5, and furthermore, it wasn't streamed on Play Hearthstone's Twitch channel. It was streamed on the
Esports Arena's
Arena channel, and Play Hearthstone didn't even host them.
That may have been an arrangement that they had. I mean, you don't know what kind of contractual obligations they had as far as that goes.
And that's fine. But if that
there
happens,
could have been exclusive rights.
Then you need to put out a blog post telling. I had to search for it. It wasn't put anywhere on Play Hearthstone's website that it would be at this location.
I'm not saying that they didn't mess up in pushing it out there, but I'm saying as far as like hosting it on the Twitch channel or something like that, there may have been other stuff at play there.
There should have been, even if on their Play Hearthstone Twitch channel, they should have put a splash screen that said, if you're looking for HCT Tour Stop Orange County, link is below, and have it below or something. There should have been something to publicize that so fans can find it. It took me until the second round of Swiss, towards the end of it, to even find the channel.
Well, and the Hearthstone, as far as like the teams go, it suffers from a unique situation compared to the other Blizzard esports, and that is that it actually doesn't perform as a team at the same time. Everyone else is playing as a team, so you get to see that team play, and in the global games you get to see those teams together on screen. But as far as like the mainstream Hearthstone, it's one-on-one. So it's like swimming or track in the sense that you're seeing that individual athlete out there. So while yes, you're part of a team, your individual results are what's looked at the end, and then the team totals are off to the side, and they really only matter to the teams, but to the people watching, it's really just those individual results. So this could be something that maybe the pros have come back with, saying, hey, the grind is too hard, it's too rough, I'm spending too much money, our team isn't being recognized, so we're having a hard time picking up sponsorship. This could be a way of moving all that in the same direction. This could be something, that the pros are wanting. This could be something positive that they are trying to get pushed in to help their situation. We don't really know. Yeah. And it's one of those things where, we look at it and we're thinking strictly from a viewer and consumer standpoint that this is changing what we have come to know and love, but we're not the ones sitting there for 72 hours of, playing and barely getting sleep and having to practice your decks and, having to do that grind and then turn around 3 days later and go to another place across the world and do it again in between, trying to keep a, top 200 ranking just to get enough points to qualify. I think they made the system to qualify a little too hard as far as like the amount of time invested versus the reward that you're getting. So, that risk versus reward could be starting to wear on some of the people, and it may be one of those things where they're like, hey, we need a change, or we're gonna have to do something else.
Well, ladder grinding at 3 a.m. on the East Coast is never good for anybody.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to finish top 250 to get points so that you can make enough points so you can make it into the playoff system. I think the fact that I think removing ladder from the equation, or maybe reducing the amount of impact ladder has and making open cups actually more important, but making more open cups available somehow. I'm not sure how. That's up to the organizers. I think that would have more to do, like in the fact that like you are limited to like maybe one, maybe two open cup finishes a month, maybe. I think in the current system, I think they should open it up to maybe like your top 2, top 3 finishes get points towards the year. So, I think.
I mean, I just think it's important not to take this in a negative context right away, because this could be something that they want, and if that's the case, then we as the Hearthstone esports fans, we need to get behind our pros and say, look, if this is what's going to make your life easier, if this is what's going to make things better for you and improve your quality of life, then we're behind it, and we just need to get used to it. I mean, when I first saw the Hearthstone Global Games, I don't know that I liked the format right away, but now I love to watch it. So,
I didn't like.
I will say, Inked brings up in chat, if this is something they were only doing in China, wouldn't we have something that counters that from Blizzard? Not necessarily. Blizzard is notorious, especially when it comes to games in China, to kind of just leave all the Chinese rumors as rumors. When they've never really confirmed or denied any of the client changes in China until they were made public by players that play in China. So that's not uncommon for Blizzard to kind of say, well, it doesn't impact any of the other players, so we're just not going to say anything about it at all.
And also keep in mind that it's also managed by NetEase over there too. That's a completely different company.
And I mean, you've also got to give Blizzard's PR department time to get out in front of it as well. And if this story was broken before they were ready for it, now it's even more important to formulate a response that's going to answer questions rather than cause people to ask more.
Yeah, and we've seen times where community members, community managers within Blizzard or Team 5 specifically, jump to an answer on Twitter or responding to somebody a little too fast, and things don't get communicated properly, or rumors get thrown out on Twitter because of the response wasn't done through official channels. And so we say we want to hear these responses from Blizzard right away, but at the same time, if they do it too quick and say something out of context or say something in a way and we interpret it differently, then all of a sudden it's like they're committing to something or committing to not doing something, and then it gets blown out of proportion. So I'm okay with Blizzard just taking their time, let the season wrap up, and I'm sure they'll make a blog post probably in January after the holidays advising everybody of what's going to happen in spring of 2019.
Yeah, I can see that, and that would make sense. They usually will start talking about the next year in the spring, in the next game year in the spring. So, all right, we'll look forward to seeing what is to come. Our next bit is this week's Tavern Brawl, which is the return of Mechazod. Mechazod wants a rematch. This time, new allies stand against him. Good luck with this return co-op brawl. So, Zerotio, why would they say good luck with a co-op brawl?
Because these people you get matched up with don't know how the brawl works. My first 5 matches I lost. And 2 of those matches, the mage sent burn damage fireballs to my face.
Good job.
To kill me.
Yeah, that's
because they don't know how. They don't read. To them, that Mechazod jumping around is just a taunt that's in their way, and they got to get around him, not through him. And I finally got matched up in my 6th game against somebody with somebody who knew what was going on. We ended up not only winning handily, but he was at 28 health and I was at 30 health. I think we both might have had some armor too. He was very good. I immediately friended him afterwards. We both thanked each other for actually reading it and understanding it. And he said he had it was his third match. In the first two, the people just didn't know what they were doing. They didn't couple up any of their stuff. You know, one of the things with it is if you have a lot of small minions on the board that really aren't going to hurt Mechazod too much, just trying to trade him in to get Mechazod down is counterproductive when Mechazod can do damage to the board. Just keep those little 1/1s on the board to soak some of that up. And that'll help your opponent out, especially if they have, like the Art King Golem that makes it so it doesn't hurt their face. If you trade off your minions, that's less minions that when he hits his damage to the minions, he'll end up killing that minion, and that's a very beneficial minion for the mage. So work together, read the cards, understand that when you're doing things to help your opponent, you're actually helping your teammate. And that's okay in this brawl.
Go ahead, Matt.
It took me about a good 2-3 tries to find, like you said, to find the right person. And actually, a lot of times it wasn't the fact they were doing it wrong. It's more like the Mechazod rolls were just bad for us, for both of us. Actually got it done with a random person, and then I helped out a buddy on mine on EU get it done, where we were both like texting each other over Slack or Discord or whatever. Like, okay, I was playing Druids. Like, I have Millhouse and I have Trogzor. How's your spell situation look? He says, good. I'm like, all right, I'll play both. Go.
Yeah, and I will say this: the Mage Druid combination is probably the worst combination we've done with it. I think before it was
Anduin and
Paladin
and Uther. Yeah.
Yeah, and that worked out more because there's more healing, where Mage has pretty much no healing.
Well, it's funny you say that because I've played this twice now, and both times I rolled the Druid. And I had 0 healing as Druid both times, while the Mage had all the healing. The Mage was healing himself. The Mage was healing me with minion healers. And I had nothing. And then the one time I would have drawn the 8 health Druid heal, my opponent had my teammate had filled my hand with bananas from double mooklaying, and it burned my only heal.
And see, Druid is probably one of the worst classes with this, because with Mage you can at least ping Mechazod. It's not a lot, but you can ping him with your hero power. With Priest, you can at least heal minions or heal people's face. With Paladin, you can at least make a 1/1 that's going to soak up some of that damage from Mechazod. With Druid, you get 1 armor, basically, because you can't afford to hit Mechazod with your face, because that's counterproductive. You're just going to do more damage to yourself. So it's really... this was a tough one. And I don't think it was all just bad players on the other side. I just think the combination of Mage and Druid was so much more difficult.
Also, there's an Aviana in that deck for the Druid.
There is?
There's a 10-mana Aviana, and there's no Innervates. So you're just going to drop Aviana and hope that she lives?
Wow.
Yeah, well, and that's something else. Like, I feel like this Mechazod is ramping a whole lot faster than previous Mechazods have. Because, like, in one of my matches, by turn 6, he already had 10 attack. And it was just bad.
Yeah, I mean, those rolls, sometimes he just rolls in a way that you can't win. And I mean, it's not worth getting upset over. You just queue back up and go back in it again. Yeah. But like Mattatarms was saying earlier, it's sometimes he just rolls into just ridiculousness. I think that's something that they should look at, especially if they're going to be doing other stuff. If they're going to be bringing in other classes that are limited in their healing, because I mean. If you go in and you don't have a shot at winning, like I just feel like Tavern Brawl is one of those modes where every time you go in, you should have a shot at winning.
I agree wholeheartedly. Joe, if you're listening, drop us a message on Twitter, and we love you and we love the brawl, but this one's a little rough.
It can be a little rough.
It can be a little rough, yeah.
And one more small tip. If you fill your board up with minions and then Mechazod has to change sides, it blows up all of your minions. Don't do it.
Right.
I mean, you did that last time.
And yes, but
People forget.
in one of my matches, someone did that and it blew up their entire board. And I was like, "Oops, it happened." We kind of fought through it some more. He gets minions back on his side and fills it up a second time.
That's just dumb.
This is what I dealt with today.
You can only do so much. People don't read the text. You can only do so much. So, all right. Well, before we get into this week's deck list, I want to take a second and tell you guys a little more about Game Flip Gigs. We talked about this last week. I want to clear some things up that might have been a little confusing last week. We talked about the fact that there's a $1,000 bonus. Well, the way that works is Game Flip will give you a 10% bonus on everything you earn. So if you do $100 in gigs for them, you know, if you go out and you just do gig after gig and you make $100, Game Flip will give you a $10 incentive bonus up to a maximum of a $1,000 incentive bonus. So yeah, so if you're interested in doing this, like we talked about last week, go to gameflip.com/gigs, sign up for the beta, fill out their information packet, let them know you heard about it here on Hero Power, and then you go in and you set your gigs, you set your pay level, and they will then, when it goes live and they start accepting people who are looking for help with, you know, building decks or help getting to Legend, they will match you up with somebody looking for your skills, and you will get paid. So check out gameflip.com/gigs for more information, or feel free to send us an email if you have questions. We'll be happy to get you in touch with the people that you need or help you any way we can.
And as a quick reminder, it's not just limited to coachings. You can also market yourself as a personality for streams, as a content creator. Maybe you're an artist that makes emotes or layouts for other Twitch streamers. You can put that on there so they can find you. It is a great system. I've registered myself, and I can't wait to get started.
All right. So as we said at the top of the show, this week we are talking about, and I always butcher his name, Sayun. Is that right? Sayun.
I just like you.
Close
Priest deck list from DreamHack Atlanta. I will run down the deck list, and then I will turn it over to Mattatarms to tell us how this craziness works. So it is, let me get the list pulled up here. It is 2 Holy Smite, 2 Mind Blast, 2 Radiant Elemental, 2 Shadow Visions, 1 Shadow Word Pain, 2 Spirit Lash, 2 Gilded Gargoyle, 1 Shadow Word Death, 2 Eternal Servitude, 1 Lyra the Sun Shard, 1 Witchwood Grizzly, 1 Ziliax, 2 Shadow Essence, 2 Lesser Diamond Spellstone, 1 Prophet Valen, 2 Psychic Scream, 1 the Lich King, 1 Malagos, 1 Obsidian Statue, and 1 Zerek's Cloning Gallery. So, what am I supposed to do with this pile of cards, Matt?
Live, play Shadow Essence, get something kind of big, try to res it a few times if you can. Occasionally you play Zerek's Cloning Gallery with a couple coins in your hand, you just win because you can do 40 damage to the face because you have Mind Blasts. But mainly, actually, the game plan with this deck is kind of stay alive as much as you can in the early game. Then kind of mid game, kind of pull out some kind of weird and busted things that, like, it's kind of like Big Priest, but kind of not. There's no Barnes, thank God. I think actually Barnes would be awful in this deck. But let's see. But basically, I think it's basically survive, live, and try to either combo off or outvalue whatever you're trying to fight. It's really weird. I've played this deck for at least about a week now, and I still feel like I'm just pulling games out of somewhere. I don't know how I'm winning, but I'm winning a little bit. I haven't been keeping my stats between the holiday weekend and getting back into the room at home. I've actually not been using Deck Tracker, so I have no idea what my stats are. But I'm still at rank 3, which is a good thing. So I'm not doing too bad with it. So yeah, it's a very interesting deck, and like I said, I think if you can find a guide for this, I was actually searching for a written down guide for this deck, and or a version of this deck, and I can't really find a good one. So if you know how to play this better than us, great. If you don't, I would suggest watching Asmodai a lot because he plays this a lot. And he's really, really good at this deck. So
okay,
so we're basically going to figure it out with you guys.
Yeah,
exactly.
we're going to learn as we go tonight.
And we know this is a tried and true deck because Asmodai did have the first version of this I've seen, and it's been kind of tossed around by a lot of pro players. And I've seen this deck on the ladder a lot, and I'm like, well, my deck should definitely be able to beat it, and it just loses. I don't know how I lose sometimes. Just out of nowhere. I'm like, I was at full health. I'm playing Odd Warrior. I had 32 armor, and I'm dead. I don't know what just happened.
Well, that's okay because the person playing the deck probably didn't know what happened and how they won either. So.
Yeah, this is like this is very much like a Hearthstone deck. This is like I am playing cards, and somehow I'm winning. I don't know how, but I'm glad Hearthstone figured it out for me because otherwise I would not.
Yeah,
let's put it that way.
So. All right, well, we're going to go play this deck now. So if you are joining us on Twitch or YouTube, stay tuned for the live play portion of our show. If you are listening to us via our audio podcast, we would like to thank you for joining us this week. And remember, you can follow us on Twitter at HeroPower_cast. You can find all of our past episodes on YouTube at youtube.com/ECMMOGamers or on our website at HeroPowerHS.com. If you enjoy the show, you'd like to help support and improve it, you can do so by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/HeroPower, where you will get access to our card review videos immediately and not have to wait. You will also get access to our patron-only Discord for as little as $1 a month. We try to stay pretty active. We try to hope that it's a good value for you guys who enjoy hanging out and talking Hearthstone with us. But until then, we'll see you again next week.
And don't forget to use your hero power to summon Ragnaros, the Fire Lord.
Live, insect.
Die, insect.
Or have Jaina and do both.
Exactly.
Alrighty. So while I'm going to be firing up the client here.
All right, I'll wait a second or two.
While my client jumps between both of my monitors multiple times.
Like I said, I don't even think I'm mulliganing correctly half the time. That's the thing with this deck.
So
I've played this deck a couple times, and a variation is I played Asmodai's original list, and that's I'm like mulligan. I'll just throw it all back and then let the luck take its course at that point. I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to mulligan, but I didn't have great success. But I set right after I think about 20 games. I set right at 50. I think it was at 52% or something like that. So it's not losing, but I just got to figure out how to make it win.
Okay.
All right, so I have an Obsidian statue, a Mind Blast, and a Lich King, and I don't want to think. And this is a mage.
So do you throw it all back?
I think I'm throwing it all back because none of those do anything early in the game that I want them to do, and I don't want minions in my hand, quite honestly. If this is Murloc Mage, I think we're just going to die. If this is Big Spell Mage, I think we'll be okay.
I am seeing at ranks 3 and 4, I'm seeing a lot of Big Spell Mage right now. A lot of
that's not a good thing.
So we draw into Malagos, Psychic Scream,
And-
Prophet Valen, and Gilded Gargoyle.
That's real bad.
Yeah, so the Gargoyle's good. Actually, I think Gargoyle's one thing you kind of keep on the mulligan. I like playing that on turn 3.
If you're not familiar with the Gargoyle, it's a 3-mana 2/2 Death Rattle. Add a coin to your hand.
Yeah. All right. So this is the classic priest turn 2 play.
Heal your opponent's face and say greetings. Got him greetings.
No greetings today.
She doesn't greetings.
Yeah, I know. That's the funny part. So I think since we have Malagos and Prophet, our plan is to try to get them out, let them die, and use the Spellstone to resurrect them. Since the cloning gallery is not going to work for us.
Pretty much. I think the thing is, like, I'm kind of hoping he uses his polymorphs on something else other than those two. And right now, our cloning gallery is probably not going to be very good.
Yeah.
Since we drew that last turn.
That Stonehill Sentinel coming down pretty much ensures that it's big spell mage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like the what's it, that 1/3? The Acolyte of Pain makes me think this is a combo mage of some sort, but then again, we're also in standard.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We want to keep the Holy Smites for combo, right?
Yeah, for Velen and or Malagos if we can get him back. I'm just going to heal the Gargoyle and bump.
I like that.
And that's pretty much our turn because there's nothing else to do. I think
we pretty much got everything in our hand that we want to keep in our deck besides the cloning gallery.
And the Lyra. The Lyra is really good with in
That's true.
like reasonably early as well. I actually prefer to get Lyra
Spirit Lash.
pretty quickly. So there's some thought of Lyra coin Holy Smite just to get 2 spells off of her. But I'm not a big fan of that line.
Yeah, I don't like using the Holy Smite. If I'm going to do anything, I want to wait till next turn and Lyra coin Spirit Lash.
You see, this is what makes this deck so hard, is because you're falling behind and you've got right now 4 dead cards in your hand. So it makes you really tempted to use the cards you can use to try and start to fight your way back, and you just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I think Shadow Essence is like actually one of the cards you keep on the mulligan, because it's one of those you can kind of use it to get out and get ahead early. Like this Mind Blast isn't going to be doing anything unless for a while. So I think but then again, if we do that, we won't overdraw.
Yeah, no, because the Lyra won't draw herself.
Extra Arms isn't awful.
No.
It's not great. The Psychic Scream's actually really good for next turn.
Wow, that gives us 3 Psychic Screams minimum. And I would cast the one we got off of her to mask that we have.
Yeah, and then I'm going to try to see if I can... and she's probably going to ping her down and kill her, which is exactly what I want him to do.
Well, I was going to say, we're putting 4 Sarnat Chaingains back in the deck.
It's really not that big of a deal, to be honest. It actually waters it down to get the Jaina.
So do we just Psychic... do we...
You have to.
Or do we
I
just...
think so.
Bait with Velen? That's the other question. I'm like, do we bait removal with Velen? But he probably has a polymorph in
We
hand
get
at this
punished
point.
by polymorph if we do that.
Yeah. So
We
I
get
think
punished by Polymorph anyway.
It's true.
I think Scream is the only real play, though.
and I played the one off Lyra.
I mean, we're not low. Not enough burst for us to really worry about dying right yet. But yeah, I agree. I like the screen.
So we have 10, 14 damage in hand with Velen.
Arcane Tyrant, a naked Arcane Tyrant.
Okay.
Interesting.
Spirit Lash isn't anything. We can remove it with Velen. We don't really care about the 4 damage to face. Next turn, I think it's going to be a Cloning Gallery turn anyway.
Yeah, well, what are we going to get with Cloning Galleries?
We're going to get a statue, a Lich King, a Grizzly, Gilded Gargoyle.
Not much.
The thing is, like, we're going to burn a card when we Cloning Gallery next turn. So do we Spirit Lash now just because to get it out of our hand?
Or do we just Velen and hope he doesn't have the polymorph?
I think I just like playing the Spirit Lash, personally.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think it has that much value in this matchup.
Yeah. I mean, I can't argue that statement.
I mean, basically what we're doing is saying, hey, we have Cloning Gallery the next turn, so just heads up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're basically saying, yeah, here's Cloning Gallery coming up, so be ready for it. There's a Shadow Essence. That actually is a big, more interesting pick.
Yeah, Shadow Essence is...
Because you can Shadow Essence into arms.
You can, and if we Cloning Gallery, we reduce the value of Shadow Essence. No, we don't, because they do clones, don't they? They don't. Now, this might bait a polymorph.
Yeah.
Army of the Dead is probably the worst one for this deck.
Yep. Well, and we can't use it. And it's just another dead card in hand, so it makes it harder to do what we need to do.
Here's the Meteor. We're not really worried about the armor right now.
I think we're getting actually worried about. I think we are starting to worry about it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Eternal Servitude's not a bad idea. But I think I'm liking Cloning Gallery and then Holy Smite the 1/2.
Yeah, the problem with Eternal Servitude, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, no, we'd be just out of lethal from pain.
No, we can play some more spells.
Yeah. I do like that. That's healing. Yeah, the Holy Smite's probably a good spot here.
That
I'll
actually
just
helped a lot.
It did.
Another Army of the Dead.
Another one.
Wow.
This draw is awful, by the way.
Yeah. So we will get one card from Guild's Gargoyle, so we're still good. That's not bad. I like seeing the Flame Strike now.
Do we scream this single guy?
We could Servitude and hit Ziliax.
I like it.
Yeah, I like servituding twice actually.
What's the other one?
Ziliax.
Blitz King?
Yeah.
Or Statue?
Oh, I'd take the
Statue.
statue.
Yeah.
Again, we need targets for him to polymorph.
We also need a couple Mind Blasts, too.
Yeah, well,
Now,
we don't want to
actually,
draw. We don't want to draw a Mind Blast because we want to draw our Shadow Vision to get our Mind Blast.
Yeah.
Meteor.
Second Meteor.
Where is polymorphs? That's going to be a counterspell. He didn't snap pick it, so it may not be counterspell.
Oh, we got a coin for the counterspell anyway. Or actually,
Yeah.
if it's counterspell, we could use an Army of Dead on it, and I'd be okay with it too.
Yeah, but I'd hate for the Army of Dead and not be counterspell. Ooh, but it could be mirror image.
I don't think it's mirror image.
If it's mirror image, I'm actually less worried about him getting a Obsidian statue at this point.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fine.
rude. That's fine. It's probably going to be a heal. Heal it? Coin heal?
I would coin a heal. Yeah.
Why not?
Make him invest something else into it.
Right.
He's already used 2 meteors and a flame strike. Hasn't used any Dragon's Fury. Hasn't used his polymorphs. Where are his polymorphs?
Where's my spell stones? Actually, what I want is my spell stones.
That's what we need, spell stones.
He may only run one polymorph.
That's a weird list if that's the case. He is running Acolyte of Pains and did he main deck Serenite Chain Gang? Yes.
He did.
There's Jaina. Well, that lets us heal. Oh, we can actually get a decent Witchwood Grizzly. The Witchwood Grizzlies look weird in this deck to me.
I like them. They're really good against like Odd Paladin.
And I get why they're in here. To me, it's just weird.
Do we
a lot
just
of this deck is weird, though.
I think you slam Grizzly, send the statue into the 2/2, and heal your face.
Or healed. I'm thinking about healing the statue. So get
Well,
if I heal my statue, it'll go into ping range with the 3/6.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You have 14. He has 15. Okay. So literally, Army of the Dead will literally burn 6 cards out of our deck right now. Dragon's Fury, Blizzard. There's no Polymorph, really?
Yeah, it makes me wonder if we shouldn't have Velened earlier. Maybe he just doesn't have the polymorph.
I'm curious at this point.
Oh, watching.
I've seen it. I've seen a couple lists actually that cut. I was playing a Zelay list actually that cuts the Shadow Essence for a second Grizzly and
no
Actually,
polymorph. This is great.
He still got rid of it.
That's fine. We want it on the death pile for the Spellstone.
Right.
Because that's pretty much how we win.
what will this get? What's in the box?
Gilded Gargoyle? Oh, that's not bad.
I'm just trying to cast 3 more spells somehow.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get Shadow Essence and the Shadow Essence a couple times here.
We will get to the Psychic Screams eventually. We get another Gilded Gargoyle.
I have not faced this matchup. This is like really difficult for me.
That was a slow pick.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not Spellbender. It's not
Counterspell.
Counterspell. It's not Ice
Going
Barrier.
face?
Yeah, he's going face.
Oh, trade ping. No? What?
No, he's going face.
Why? Throw the gargoyle down, see if it's explosive runes.
No. Do we heal this guy, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't pick it fast enough to be explosive runes. It's either going to be is it mana?
Give him 2 more chain games.
Mana bind?
Mana bind. I think it's mana bind.
That's fine. If it's mana bind, it's fine. He gets a free Psychic Scream.
Yeah.
So are we gonna Psychic Scream this turn?
We kill off. Yeah, we kill off the gargoyle and scream.
Yeah, I was gonna say we want to kill the gargoyle before we scream.
So we get that Malagos death. It's fine.
Interesting.
No,
Yeah.
it's a perfectly
That's better.
confident play. It's better for us actually.
I'm just surprised he sacrificed that instead of sacrificing the 2/2.
We play Lich King, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we know it's not mirror entity, and we know it's not runes.
We trade heal up the Dewjabber, right? The Radiant Elemental.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't matter. He's still gonna.
Death Coil is really good.
Yeah.
Death Coil is
Yeah, it
another
is.
Mind Blast.
And it's another spell that's going to do extra damage with Velen.
There's the Polymorph.
Yes. It's 1 polymorph. And it came off the top of his deck, it looked like.
I swear, I thought the list that I saw earlier only ran 1.
We just
You
screamed
could
this,
be
right?
right. I
think you scream it.
this.
What are we at in the Spellstone? 3 more spells? Ugh.
Do you want to give him a coin?
Or why would I give him a coin?
If it's Mana Bind. That has merit. And it gives us another
And if
spell
it's
on
also
our
if it's
Spellstone.
Counterspell, yeah. Oh wait, it possibly could be Counterspell too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Counterspell, okay. Okay, what's Counterspell? I'm cool with
And
that.
we're down to the Counterspell didn't trigger the Spellstone. Okay.
No, it doesn't. Because it's like we don't even cast it.
All right, we're down to. We need our smites and our mind blast. Oh, look, another psychic screen board.
That's actually a really good psychic screen board.
Yeah.
Do we
I
go
like the
for?
Shadow Vision first.
Do we like the mind blast or the smite or the smite?
I think.
I like the Mind Blast.
I
I like the smite.
Blast.
Yeah, mind blast. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And scream that.
Nobody expects this. And see what he did is he waited until he saw 2 screams and went up. Both screams. Yeah. Time for.
He now has 19 cards in his deck.
It's fine. He's got 5 mana 5/5s. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, those are just straight up dead draws.
So
that's kind of
mind blast.
So 3 Mind Blasts.
We have 4 mind blasts.
Do we go ahead and get the Malagos out?
See what happens, right? What could he do?
I mean,
polymorph it. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, we like to have Mally next to Velen.
And he also has like a bunch of 5/5 dragons and sling chain gangs and water elementals in his deck between him and his polymorph.
True.
The chances of him having a second polymorph is pretty slim.
So now we have 10, 20, 30,
and
40 damage in our hand.
Meteors.
If we just go with our...
Still, he's at 54, so...
Yeah, so we're hoping to pull... We're hoping to pull... If he doesn't kill Malagos, we're hoping to pull Velen in one of these 3 rolls.
That's true.
If we do that, we win.
Coin, but I think he's going to kill Malagos.
Yeah, he's got a fireball.
Right? He's out of Dragon's Fury or
Pyro Blast. Pyro works.
Yeah. Yes. So he might run 1 polymorph because this is the Pyro list, and this list was ran, I think, by Dusharmar, and I think it does only have 1 polymorph.
So I'm going to play this Radiant Elemental, make that Spellstone's cost 6.
I like it. Maybe we get another Radiant off of this. We did, but it doesn't really help us.
Just kill. Do we Death Coil at 5/2?
I think so.
Yeah. Don't hate it. I don't like it, but I don't hate it.
15 damage. I'm just going to heal my face.
Yeah. Maybe we can get the other Spellstone, and we'd have to roll really high.
Fine.
Oh,
that's fine.
That's the best one he could have gotten.
For us?
Probably.
Yeah.
For us, yeah. Yeah. He does not have a way to get rid of that obsidian statue.
Nope.
This deck takes a while.
I'm trying to figure out how we're going to win.
Roll really well to Diamond Spellstone. That's how we win.
Yeah, we the cloning gallery became a dead card when we started out with Malagos, and we really started out really bad in this game. There's the other polymorph.
He does run 2. How about that?
I mean, I always run 2, but that's just, I mean, that's what I do. So this face damage might be prudent. It might matter.
Do we just drop Ziliax here and
I think you drop Ziliax, heal up the statue.
Exactly.
We need to get that armor down.
Well, the armor's...
Yeah. We need to get that armor down, because we can deal with 30 health. We just can't deal with all that armor. We don't care if he stays at 30 health.
Man, our rolls were bad on this Lich King, I gotta say.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, he drew the second one. I can't believe he's not going to pop that sheep.
Okay. He is.
Yeah, he is.
I really want to draw Spellstone. There's a...
We can get another Spellstone.
I mean, as you already say,
yeah,
there's only 1 left, right? I mean, there's only 3 spells left, right?
There's a Holy Smite, a Shadow Word Death, and a Spellstone on our deck now.
So,
and a Radiant Elemental.
Yeah. We need to cast more spells, but we don't have that many spells.
No, we just have to kind of YOLO the Spellstone next turn. Because there's no other spells for us to play. I mean, we can get, if we get a Shadow Word Death, we can try to make it work. But That's 4 more spells, and we don't have 4 more spells. We're kind of YOLO spellstone here.
Well, Holy Smite's actually not bad. 2 minions. Well,
but we got a Malagos.
do we just chunk
We just
it?
do it.
I think
He has
you're
1
right.
card in hand. And we also have 20 damage in hand. And so we're probably not going to beat him next turn, but we have a better chance of winning at this point.
At least we got a taunt.
Down to 27.
And he might just have dragons in
Or
his
we can do
hand.
27.
If he just has 5/5 dragons in his hand, that's good for us.
Yeah.
You can have a Charnot Sengate or a Sarnot Changate too.
And if we get it, if we get the spellstone
Oh,
next
That's
turn.
fine.
No, I don't care about us. Yeah, if we get that
Yeah.
spellstone that's still in our deck, we're happy pants. There it is.
Oh, come on.
All right, everybody.
So we want to hit Velen or Malagos
Malagos.
and a Radiant Elemental.
Yep. Radiant Elemental, Velen,
Yes,
we
Radiant.
win.
Yes. How do we win? How did we win? How did we win?
He's wondering the same thing.
That guy is uninstalling Hearthstone right now.
We don't know what we're doing.
Oh, wow.
You played
40 damage
through-
to face. Because why
mean-
not?
You played to your out. You knew exactly what was in the deck. You knew exactly what it needed. I mean, it's a high roll deck. That's what
It is.
It is. Oh my
We
god, that
had
was
The
ridiculous.
worst scenario opening hand. It was the worst scenario possible. We had the least variable number of Malagos and Velen in the death pool.
Yeah,
and
but
we just reached up underneath and just gave a tug and pulled it out.
I mean, that guy had virtually no real threat.
When you win that way, I
mean-
feel like I need to go wash my hands because I pulled that out of somewhere I don't want to talk about.
He had no pressure whatsoever.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
all right.
that's big spell mage. I mean,
Yeah, like
His-
he lost his
his,
pressure when I psychic screened.
I was gonna say a million socket screams means he has no pressure on the board. That's just the way it works.
I'm going to toss the Eternal Servitude because I kind of want to go for either a Shadow Essence or a Gargoyle here.
Yeah, I would actually with Druid. I would have gone with I'd have tossed the Spirit Lash too.
I don't hate keeping the Radiant Elemental against Druid because it's early pressure to negate some of his armor gain. He almost has to choose between ramping or armor gain. We get that damage in early.
Are we sure this is taunt?
It
doesn't matter.
He
Druid
mulliganed
right
3
now-
cards.
Token is extremely unplayed right now. Oh, the Zereks. I mean, I hate that we
Early
have this.
Zereks.
At least we have
No,
it.
actually, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with playing Zerek as early as possible.
Yeah,
And we definitely want to save our coin.
Yeah,
Lyras or
no, actually, I'm thinking coin into Eternal Servitude, or not Eternal Servitude, but Shadow
Yeah.
Essence.
Yeah.
I need to stop drawing that guy.
yeah.
The good thing though with Druid though, they don't have anything that can
polymorph. Yeah.
polymorph or hex.
Silence is fine.
Silence.
Just-
They don't have
and they-
silence.
they
They don't run
silence.
silence in their decks.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about crap getting killed. Like
They'll neutralize.
transformed.
That's fine.
yeah, it's fine. It'll draw me cards.
Yeah.
As long as it dies in its form, we're fine.
Right.
That's what the
As long as it
spell-
doesn't transform it.
I was going to ask, is there ever any merit to keeping Spellstone in a mulligan? But then I remember we don't know what we're doing. So
Actually, there is some thought to that, but it's like you don't know really what you're up against sometimes. Like if you're
yeah,
playing
but
Zoo,
at
you're
least you
not
know
going to play
it's going to
spell.
keep getting empowered.
Yeah, like if you're up against Zoo, like keeping Spellstones here, you're just going to lose because you're not going to be able to play it on turn 7.
True.
All right,
Did he
this
hit it?
is
Did he hit it?
no, he hit us. It's fine. Second Sully Smite. That's 14. That's 4 damage. That's 8 damage off Velen.
If turn 6. What?
Yeah, turn 6 Velen seems good.
Yeah.
Makes him naturalize it.
I don't know if we'd want to throw both the Holy Smite.
No. I wouldn't use the Holy Smites until he.
Yeah.
Well, this Grizzly works for me right now.
I don't hate it. I mean, it's not huge. It's 3/5.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
he can't
He
even
has
just
to get
swipe
around it.
Yeah, he'd have to swipe and hit it, which is 3 more damage to his face. Do we care about that right now?
Well, let's see what we get off of this.
Yes.
Do we?
I think we do care about that.
Yeah, I think we use one of the smites
I don't
with
hate
the
it.
Grizzly. Obliterate's good.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Naturalize, that's fine.
We'll burn a card on the rebound.
1 card.
Oh,
He's already tog-waggling.
that's actually probably the best thing to do against this deck because our deck is
Yeah.
filled with things that.
I think
And he
might have
burned
just
the
lost.
ransom.
He burned the ransom. I think we might have just lost.
Well, we do have a Mind Blast. We do have 2 smites.
We can Velen coin obliterate.
I like it.
Have to find a way to deal with it. And if he doesn't have the other naturalize, there's only a Shadow Word Death in our deck that deals with it, right? Or maybe
But
a
isn't
second-
he's missing most of the pieces.
Yeah, I know.
So
That's
he
what I'm
can't
saying.
win either.
That's what that's what I'm saying. I don't think he can kill. He got the other naturalize.
It's fine.
Okay.
What do we get? Jasper Spellstone. Ooh, Azalina.
Let's just let him draw our deck and take the hand back. Well, he got like the perfect pieces he needed.
Yeah, that's a good deck. Let's get a good draw.
Okay.
I'm
so
actually-
Let's swipe.
Do
What
we?
are we gonna get off? Oh wait, no. Yeah, we'll get Velen back, right?
Yeah. I'm
I
almost
can't-
like.
What do we get? Wait, what can we? Do they have any minions? If he's running dual wing condition, we could possibly get another Malagos.
Do you want
Right.
to cloning gallery? See what we get.
I think
See what's in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Mukla, cool.
Okay, this is what a 5/5, 2 4/4s, and a 3/6
In the death
in
pool.
our death pool.
God, we're gonna
Now
have to
we
get
just-
some weird decks today.
Now we've just changed what our we don't have any way to resurrect other than eternal servitude.
Yeah. So we're
Yeah.
still on the Malik. We're still on the Velen
Yeah,
planet.
I mean we might get them off Azalina. I forgot about that.
Yeah, we can see, well. Actually, Servitude Azalina doesn't sound like a terrible idea.
Do we
Actually,
want any of
now-
these cards in our hand?
Now it's definitely a good idea.
Do we just we're gonna lose our Mind Blast, but that's fine. We might get some more in our hand. Ooh.
Now I think that changes things.
think,
Do we just Muckla swipe?
We're gonna swipe, right?
I think we Muckla swipe bananas clear.
we'll
What
only get
bananas?
one banana.
We don't get it. He gets the bananas.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
Sorry.
This is Muckla from the
Yeah.
corrupt dude jobber. What can we? Spellstones at 1. Is that 2? I mean,
Yeah, we can't. Thinking Spirit Lot? No.
yeah, I don't hate the Spirit last year.
I like the Spirit Lash, yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate it. It keeps Muckla out of hero power range, or strictly hero power range.
There's our Malagos. It's gone.
What do you mean? Oh, burned our Malagos. That's good because at least we know he won't get Malagos and then have a way to resurrect it.
But yeah, he has no way to win with that deck now.
He has an Eternal Servitude.
'cause
He
he
has
doesn't
both
have-
the Spellstones. So
Yeah,
but he
what's
doesn't have
gonna
any
pull
minions.
out? Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have Malagos. He doesn't have Valen.
Like
Yeah,
the major win condition is gone.
do we just? I'm tempted to almost just Servitude and blow stuff up.
Yeah.
And then Soul Thief the next turn?
I don't even know if I Soul Thief.
Or do we just drop the statue?
I think you drop the statue.
Yeah, I like it.
And then I think next turn you Golem and Servitude.
I think you Servitude first, see what you get, and then go from there. Ooh. That's kind of rough.
Togwaggle. Ugh.
What was he going to target? What in our deck could he have targeted?
You only use the... we can't.
Hey, we got all the UI.
So now I think you just...
Servitude first? Or what do you think, Virsica?
Is there merit to screaming this?
I want to kill this thing, though. I don't know if I want to kill it, actually. You're right. Do we bump?
I think we bump it and take one of them out. Hopefully we get the Lich King.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, I was thinking we Servitude and got Velen. We could have Holy Smited and guaranteed we got Lich King, but that's fine. That worked out. Lich King? Yeah.
And we throw that, yeah.
Never.
That thing will never attack.
We have UI.
Yeah.
We have UI to get armor.
Yeah.
Really?
But okay, yeah, he has 8 attack. The hero power.
But now we're definitely saving the screen.
Yeah. We need to put stuff in the way. I want to give him
Can
Scarab.
we just Doom Pack this guy away?
I think so.
Well, you lose one card. I don't really...
I'm not worried about it.
But Doom Pact and what? What
Healer
else
face.
can we do?
Yeah, we'll Doom Pact and send.
I want to get cards out of our hand so we can UI.
Yeah.
First one.
Yeah, but we're only getting one card with Doom Pact. That's why.
I mean, we're playing with his deck now, and there's not really much we can do to get our deck back. He can't win with our deck, so let's win with his.
Well, we can't really win with ours either. His either.
Yeah.
My hope is we could get a Spellstone out of his hand with the Azalina.
He's Servitude. What's he gonna get? He's trying to get another Lich King.
I mean,
Or
he either got something really good or he has a handful of crap because he's not snap picking it.
Yeah, probably scared. Oh,
Togwaggle.
5/5 is the best he got. That's actually good for us. We can UI that. We don't really care if we burn his cards because it doesn't.
Actually, you know what I want to do? I want a Spreading Plague.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
Do we swipe his face?
I think so.
We don't swipe the 2/2.
No. He's gonna hopefully trade in with the 2/2 and get a Scarab in the thing, and
We're gonna be way behind on fatigue if we
when
and then UI.
That's fine. I don't know how we win this game, and there's nothing in our deck that can pull it out of our rear end.
Okay, well all right. That's good. What else is he gonna do?
So we put Togwaggle back in his deck when we scream.
Yes, we do. That's actually not bad for us, right?
I don't think we ever play this Wild Growth anymore, do we?
Yeah.
Well, we're already behind on fatigue, so actually it's...
We're gonna be way behind if we ever UI.
Yeah, we're yeah.
He can't play Togwaggle. But we could Azalina and get the Togwaggle.
Exactly.
This game is so weird.
Oh my god.
This game's stupid.
Wow. That blows.
Okay, so we know he has a Shadow Word Death in the deck. He might have it in his hand. We could Azalina Shadow Word Death.
Or obliterate and take 9, yeah.
Yeah, if you got Obliterate, yeah.
Mind Blast, Death and Decay, and Banana.
Lots and lots of spell stones.
Wow.
One's fully upgrade. No, that's not. One is at 3.
Do we heal our face? Do we?
We have to heal our face.
Yeah, just heal our face.
Because he has a Frostmourne in his hand.
And we have a Frostmourne in our hand, so we can get another Lich King.
But he also uses his for 16 this turn.
This is so silly.
And for
what's he getting? Oh, no.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't think we were meant to win this game.
all the Lich King rolls.
He played
man.
that right by tog-waggling right away.
All right.
We've got Psychic Scream.
We do have Psychic Scream.
Yeah. I think we Psychic Scream heal our face. so many Lich Kings. So many Lich Kings.
How many Lich Kings are in his deck now?
A lot.
Like 2 right now.
3, 4, maybe. We're running out of Lich King. We're running out of Psychic Screams, guys.
Blast.
We can Spellstone into Death and Decay to probably clear the board with Velen.
That's true.
Sure.
That's not a Velen.
Nope. So we're dead.
We are dead.
Wow, that was a crazy game. Oh my god. Okay, I want to remind you, we're at rank 3.
Yeah.
And this craziness is happening. This is what's happened. This is the last week of a meta. This is what happened in the last week of a meta. Wow.
Well, that was fun. I don't know what the hell just happened either there. But
All right. Well, we're 1-1. Maybe next game we'll actually get to play our deck.
Are we doing this again?
Again.
Wow, this is amazing. This is fun. I might just play this until the end of the season.
It's really nonsensical silliness, but it's ridiculous. It's fun. All right, we got an Obsidian statue, Witchwood Grizzly, a Lyra, and a Shadow Visions.
Would throw back. I would keep the Lyra and the Shadow Visions and throw the other 2 back.
I'm leaning towards keeping Grizzly.
I like keeping Grizzly because we have the coin. And if this is Zoo, it can really help us sustain.
And do we keep Lyra or toss?
Even, but I would keep Lyra regardless.
I keep Lyra, and we probably want a Shadow Vision on 2 to try to get Spirit Lash. Or we draw a Spirit Lash. Great.
That works for me. Well, no
That's
hero
actually
power
good.
change,
No
so this
even.
is probably Zoo.
Yep.
Zoo or Combo Breaker, but I haven't seen Combo Breaker in at least a couple days.
I was going to say, gotta be Zoo, right?
It's likely Zoo.
Might be Cube.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Could be Cube.
Welcome
Cube
to
Not doing
Hearthstone.
anything on. Ooh, he's
Pass. Hero power.
yeah,
pass,
but that's weird
pass.
for a non.
Yeah, that's...
Shadow Essence easy pick
I like
there.
Shadow's easy pick. Just
If he
because
taps
of what
here,
we
you
said
know it's...
tonight. Maybe it's this Combo Breaker.
This is control. This is most likely control Warlock.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I guess that's what I'm calling Combo Breaker because they have the demonic pact that tries to kill whatever your Togwaggle or
Combo,
Malagos. Yeah.
Do we Shadow Visions here? Do we want anything out of our deck right now, or should we hold off until we?
There's so many things in the deck. There's a chance to draw dead with it.
Yeah.
I'd hold on to it.
All right.
I mean, we're not under a lot of pressure, so.
Yeah. Next turn looks looking like another pass turn, depending on what he does. Okay, it's fine. Not worried about that at all.
Yeah.
Another Spirit Lash isn't going to do us any good.
Need to play something.
We don't have to play something.
I mean, the only thing you really could do here would be
I don't
coming
wanna-
out of Ziliax, but then you waste your coin that you have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd rather use the coin on Shadow Essence next turn.
Yeah,
What I'm
that's what I'm
thinking
thinking.
is Spirit Lash is probably a low value card in this matchup again.
Yeah. I would go ahead and Spirit Lash.
That
You
also
just don't
sets
wanna
up
get
for
clogged.
Ziliax, yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it does set up for
Trading with the
Ziliax,
fourth.
I like that.
or the Grizzly if you ever. That's scary.
Yeah, we know what this is. And we need.
Cube.
So now, do we Shadow Visions for the Shadow we're paying?
I like it.
Yeah.
There it is.
Look at that.
That we have to get rid of that.
Snap pick. Yeah.
And I think Spirit Single Umbra is going to find her heyday with the new set. I think there's
Oh,
lots
yeah.
of death rattles.
So this
And
is an
she-
easy. Yeah, this is an easy Shadow Vision Essence turn.
Shadow
Yeah.
Essence, yeah. I think so.
Okay.
No, I don't hate it. I don't hate
I
it.
don't hate it. It'll be nice for Lyra next turn if we can. We got our Spellstone in our hand too, by the way.
We'll probably kill it.
He'll probably kill it with the Lackey.
Yeah, Lackey and
Doom Guard.
Void Lord.
Void
Then
Lord.
they don't run this one. This if it's might be Cube Block though, because they run Umbra. So
Yeah, I think this is the Cube Lock. We don't have
so
any weapon destruction, do we? No.
no, we don't. So what I'm thinking here for this turn, he's going to clear that, isn't he?
Yep.
That's his smart play. Okay. Coin Lich King.
Yeah. All day long.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh huh.
And we can resurrect 3 dudes now.
So he hasn't damaged his face at all, so he's not empowered his spell slot. What is with the army? I blame you, Matt.
Yeah.
You should get good.
I should
Get
get
something other than Army of the Dead.
As our friend Fred over at Hearth Coach would say, you got Army of Dead again. You're bad at Hearthstone.
You know, I think Lyra Spirit Last turn is in order here.
I think so too. That actually set up really nicely for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the Lyra Spirit Lash. Do we just topsy-turvy...
Something.
Do we do that, or do we Lyra?
Ooh, I don't care about the 2-1. But I do like
Okay.
getting Internal Servitude, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if he wants to send all 3 of these into Lara, that's fine. So,
Actually, I think Army of the Dead is almost really good value right now.
I mean, it could be similar to a Cloning Gallery, especially since we just drew our second Spellstone.
yeah, I think
We don't have a lot of spells in the deck now. No,
You
not a
can
lot of
just-
important ones.
chance
I could
it
literally just win on the spot with this Army of the Dead.
Could you? 22?
Could I? Yeah.
In the best 22? Maybe I'm wrong.
No, not if Malagus is down first, right?
I don't think it matters. This
Yeah, go for it. What do we get? And we burned this.
garbage.
Oh my god. Probably the worst possible scenario. At least we have the spellstones in our hand. One only needs one more spellstone to max out. One more spell to max out. So the Eternal Servitude would do it. But we don't have a Malagos or a Velen on the stack. Ugh.
Sure, Defile. He has 9 cards in his hand. He had to get rid of a card.
Okay, I was wondering why you might have done that.
Do you want to Servitude coin Spellstone?
What are we going to get off Servitude?
Lyra,
I like
Get
Lyra.
yeah.
Lich King.
Yeah, either one
Yeah,
of those.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I don't hate it now. Lyra or Lich King?
I'm leaning towards Lyra.
I am too.
Are we gonna? No, we're not gonna overdraw. Okay. And coin. Do we do lesser spellstones so do we have a higher chance of getting the good stuff later? Or
Now
I
I'm
think
thinking death.
Shadow Word Death on the.
yeah, you're right. Now, do we go ahead and Eternal Servitude again?
Oh no! Then you silence the
yeah.
Woodwalker.
What if we
Yeah,
get
now
a
we-
Lich King? We could get a Lich King. Oh, okay. Okay. Coin. Okay. Okay. We're doing something.
We're playing Hearthstone.
We got 9 cards in our hand, though, so.
We're fine.
He can't make us draw.
No.
Maybe I should have held on to the coin in case we drew Malagos or something. But Holy Fire's really good. We got 10 damage in our hand.
I don't hate that. He's setting up for. We need to draw Psychic Stream because he may Gul'dan. Okay.
I want to.
This is setting up for Gul'dan.
We have 9 cards and we have 10 cards in our hand.
Do we just
Do
throw
you-
out the Grizzly?
Here, actually, 5.
Seeing if you can kill it.
Ziliax and Holy Water? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want it in my hand. That's why I didn't use. That's why I didn't use Holy Water first.
That's fair.
That's why I used Holy Water first. I don't want another card in my hand. You know what'd be great here?
Psychic Scream.
Yeah,
Yep.
the one of the 2 I burned. I got. Well,
No,
I
you
still got
did-
2 in the
you
deck.
didn't-
No, I still got
yeah,
2 in
you
the deck.
didn't burn any Psychic Streams. Well, there's Velen. Did we just toss the Velen down and let him kill it? Because we got 2 Spellstones, both maxed out. All we'll need is the Malagos to die.
I don't want to trade in with the Ziliax.
You don't?
Maybe I do.
Because he could
Kill it.
chomp. He could chomp anyways, so
Yeah. Do you want a Thought Steal?
it'll fill our hand up.
You're right. There's nothing
I
we
think
could.
we-
We could Shadow
we
or
just
Death
heal
our
our
own
turn.
Velen
Yeah, what does that really
for
accomplish?
Spellstone.
I
for
mean,
next turn.
if we thought steal, it gives us 2 cards. It puts us at 9.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's 2, not 3.
Ooh, there's a.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
actually, no. There's a cube too.
Yeah.
We could cube our own Velen.
Hearthstone.
Oh
Sure.
wow!
He's gonna deal 6 and heal for 12. For 10,
If-
12 actually.
Can we go off with Godfrey at all?
Yes.
We'll have to lay something down, won't we? How many cards do you have? Is it 8? So we have to get something down to 2. I don't know how we can get something to 2.
You can get it to
we
1
clearly-
with Holy. No, we can't do it with Holy Fire.
Yeah, because we need to death the Velen, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
And then
You want the essence?
I don't hate. Well, I don't hate the Shadow
Shadow
Essence.
Essence.
We'll get Malagos or Obsidian Statue, or we'll get Radiant Elemental. Really,
There's still 2 in our deck.
I guess. Still, 50% chance to get 2 really good targets, and
This game's stupid.
it's really stupid. Okay, he has set us up into. Well, that doesn't matter.
Oh, he's gonna Dark Pact his Rain. He's gonna try to kill our deck, or get out of 10-10. Oh, there's a Malagos.
Malagos, slam the Malagos.
He has to deal with it.
Yeah,
It is true. He has to deal with it.
If he doesn't deal with it, do we cube it?
And how do we break bust the cube? That's the next question.
You have to hit it with Holy Fire. At this point, he's got to have a Spellbreaker in hand.
This one doesn't run Spellbreaker. He's using.
He's gonna kill it.
Sure.
Okay.
No, we can.
That's it. Godfrey.
No, we can't. Godfrey doesn't do anything yet.
Do we Spellstone? We need our Holy Smites, don't we?
Yeah.
We could go ahead and Spellstone and make him deal with it, because we got 2 Spellstone.
Velen, Ziliax.
That's fine.
Lyra, yeah.
It's not terrible. It's not great.
We get a coin back too, which is even better.
Only one. Okay, so we're good. Sure, we're not going to burn our because we're going to need the Holy Smites to win now. We still have Radiant Elementals in our deck.
Yeah, 2 Radiant Elementals, 2 Holy Smites, and 2 Psychic Screams.
We might have to just milk the rest of our deck and then Spellstone.
How many cards do we have left?
For us?
He's going to Godfrey. He's going to Defile. He's doing Defile math.
Yeah.
It's a good Defile. Whatever.
We haven't seen Doomguard. Maybe he doesn't run Doomguards. Okay, there's one. Do we just slam the Obsidian statue?
I think you put out the statue and say, all right, Doomguard.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe he doesn't run Doomguards in this list. Oh, there it is.
There they are.
Let's see here. He hasn't used any of his... He's
going to cube it and then going to pop the statue.
So, yeah. That's 2 Doomguards.
There's 2 more Doomguards coming at us. But if we draw Psychic Scream, we have a 1 in... That's not a Psychic Scream. I think we have to go all in.
So we Radiant
Elemental, Spellstone.
Spellstone. Okay. If we get Velen, Malygos, Radiant Elemental, we're good. There's Velen. Other Velen. Do we win? We win. Do we win? No.
Close enough.
Really freaking close.
So now he's got. Oh, God!
No. Does he win? What does he win? So he can.
He's at a cube. He has 1 more cube left. He doesn't. He has another Dark Pact to activate it.
So if he runs in,
he would have already done
Hero
it.
Powers, yeah, and then he face cube Dark Pact, he wins if he can.
He's
he would have done
doing
that.
math.
He has 5.
I think you're right.
Cards.
Yeah, that's a lot to have in your hand.
Yeah, I think he's doing math at the moment. Trying to figure out if there's any way.
Well, he's counting to 20, so he has to take his shoes off. Or Teddy Hill. So
but
if we were at 21, we'd be safe.
This is the deck. Sometimes you just have ridiculous turns like this.
And to think if the Lich King or the Gilded Gargoyle was Malygos.
He was playing on his phone, so he just hit the exit button.
Hey, you know.
No, he's here.
Hoping, he might be
thinking.
It's not lethal, though. We still have lethal. Holy Fire, Death Coil, right? Yes.
Yep.
Oh, how did we win?
Wow! 2-1, gentlemen. 2-1.
I don't know. I don't know.
he doesn't know either. He has no clue. He's just like, what in the world?
I'm gonna quit Hearthstone for the day. I'm done.
I don't.
We broke
just-
Zerotio.
I think broke me.
I
Can I not play this deck anymore?
Here's
Because
the thing.
I'm
I would like to think I have a comprehensive grasp of this game and like to call myself maybe not quite an expert, but very close to it. This deck baffles me, but it makes me want to play it. I think yeah.
You think
Yeah,
you found
I'm
a
gonna
new
play
deck
this
to play?
deck. Do what?
I said, you think you found a new deck to play?
I think so. I've tried a variation of this deck before, and it's just it hurt my brain. I was like, okay, I can't win with this, but I can win with this. I just don't know I can.
yeah. It really is. I make fun of the deck for being like, and we win, yay! I don't know how we did it, but it's really playing out to whatever outs you have.
Yes.
It's like, okay, knowing what's like, you cannot play this deck without deck tracker. I've tried. It's like, it's nigh impossible because it's like there's so many
I could see
possibilities. There's so many, like, okay, what are my chances on this? Like, you have to roll the dice and you have to know exactly what not exactly what your percentages are. Nice.
A golden beast. Don't
And mana worms. Don't you get full dust on those mana worms? But anyway, so like it's really like I said, it's random, it's really ridiculous, but like you just pull stuff out of your butt way too often, and it becomes like you don't know if you're good at the deck or if the deck is good at you. You know what I mean?
Yes. I think that is the best way to put it.
All right. I think that's where we're going to leave it this week, gentlemen. So if you have any questions or comments about the show, please email us at heropowerpodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions about this deck, well, I'm sorry. The deck plays you. Do us a favor and hit that subscribe button below on YouTube if you've not done so already, or give us a follow on Twitch to be alerted when we go live. Pro tip, every Wednesday night at 7:30 Eastern. For more details, check on our Patreon if you are interested in our our card review videos, or in just joining our patron-only Discord. Check out patreon.com/heropower. And until next week, good gaming.
I don't know what happened, guys. Sorry.